Welcome everybody to our show. This is Custom Fab Garage on our channel Octane TV on YouTube. Make sure you go down below and hit that subscribe button, and on top of that make sure that you hit the notification bell so that you can get all the new content that comes out weekly and even every day. This is the vehicle we're going to be working on today. Is a 2015 Toyota RAV4. Gonna be doing new speakers, backup camera integration, steering wheel control integration with the new head unit with Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. Customer doesn't like the factory head unit and sound, so we're gonna upgrade the speakers and upgrade everything in the radio. 2015 Toyota RAV4 stock radio. We're going to be taking this out and doing an aftermarket double-din touchscreen radio with Bluetooth for them. Kind of upgrade it with Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. This is the unit we're going to be using today. Is the car 710X. We're going to be using the Metra Kit 998242G. We're going to be using this wiring harness, which is a 1761. We're going to be using this for the backup camera retention, which is a AXBUCH-T36. And then we're going to be using this antenna adapter, the 40LX11. So these are all the parts we're going to need: antenna adapter, backup camera retention, wiring harness, dash kit, and the unit. We also are going to add an XM module that plugs into the back of this because he does want to have XM as well. We're going to start by unclipping this with our plastic pry tool, and we're going to basically remove this whole trim piece that runs across. Now that we have this piece removed, here's the back side of it. This unclips off pretty easily. We're going to unclip these using our plastic pry tool as well. Each one. There's one on the front, or one on the left and one on the right. Got this one pulled out. This comes right out, and there's the clips on the back of it. Now we're going to do the other one. Now we've got both sides removed. Next, we're going to remove this piece right here. So we're going to unclip this out and take it out. So we unclip this, and this comes right out, and then we're going to unplug that one harness right there. All right, we got a 10 millimeter down here, 10 millimeter up here, 10 millimeter up here, and a 10 millimeter down here, and then we can pull the radio out. All right, so we unbolted all these, and then you also got to pull these 4 yellow clips out when you pull this radio out. So if it seems tight, that's why there's 4 clips back there as well. Here's the back of the radio with all the crazy harnesses that it has back there. And here's all the harnesses that you have to unplug. There's the antenna, main harness, another main harness, and then you got your other speaker harnesses and the other harness that goes on to there. So you've got a ton of harnesses you've got to unplug, and they don't give you hardly any slack. Like, that's as much slack as they give you, so it's kind of hard to pull out. Okay, I want to apologize about my mess of wires. This has been a tremendous learning experience for me on Toyotas, because I don't do a whole lot of Toyotas where we have to wire everything in. Mostly what I do is a lot of integration modules, but this harness here is for the backup camera here that plugs into this. What I couldn't understand is it tells you a diagram, and I'm going to show you that diagram right now. Basically what the diagram states is this is how you wire it up. If you want to lock on that on YouTube, whatever, but it says connect the black wire to ground, and also the black wire of the 6-volt adapter. Connect the yellow wire to the blue and red wire. The part that I couldn't figure out is connect the reverse wire from the aftermarket radio, which we know, we already did, to the reverse signal of the vehicle. That's where we ran into the problem, because they don't really show that in here exactly how to do that. But where it is it's the second pin on the 28-pin harness, okay? So then you just connect the yellow RCA jack into the back of the radio, and then you don't use the green and purple. But this second pin right here, pin number 2 on the 28-pin harness, it is not part of this 26 pin, it's part of this 28 pin in pin number 2. Can you hold this up for me, buddy? So if you look on here, this blue wire right here, I actually have tapped into pin 2. It's this brown wire right here. You have to have that go into the reverse lead of the back of this to make this work, to turn on. That's what actually makes this whole entire 6-volt adapter, this little black guy right here, it makes this work. So that's how you wire up the reverse on this. And then this yellow wire is coming off to the reverse lead of the, right here for the reverse lead of this. Now, your antenna adapter is normal. Sorry about all these crazy connections in here, especially this one. I'm gonna test to tape that one up, but there's a lot of connections. We did XM in here, but all this wires up like normal. Your normal speaker leads are gonna wire up like normal, red to red, red to red, yellow to white, yellow to white, white to black, white, all this is gonna wire up just like normal. The only thing is if you wanna connect the illumination wire, which I did, steering wheel interface, you're gonna connect this piece right here into the steering wheel interface. This is a Jensen. The interface module's right here. Now this is where it gets a little tricky, is on this 28-pin harness right here. As you can see, I've got wires tapped. There's a diagram that's on there that I will share with you, but these are the wire colors that you want to go with. So you're going to be using this green wire, this black wire, this red wire, and this white wire. You're going to tag in these on the same diagram. It's going to tell you the black with green, green with orange, the black, and then the gray with blue. You're going to connect all those into those 4 leads right there. That is what makes the steering wheel interface work. So there's a lot of things on this that are very difficult to do because it's very vague on the instructions on what you have to do. And I'm not used to using Jensen either. So this is a kind of a different thing for me. I'm used to using Sony, so we're having to run a bunch of jumpers and weird stuff. But I'll post up the instructions on both this. Obviously, this is the instructions right here on how to do the reverse lead on it. But everything's extremely vague. We got this to end up working, which is the steering wheel interface. We'll post up that, but everything on here is wired up pretty much like normal after we figured everything out. So this is the gist of how to wire it all up. All right, so we got the head unit back installed with the new dash kit. Vents are put in, top pieces put in. This is what it looks like in here. It's actually not a bad head unit. The Jensen, I'm not usually big prone into using their head units, but definitely for this, it looks really good. It works really good. All the functionality of it works really nice. It looks nice, it sounds nice, so definitely can't complain. The biggest thing with me with these cheaper radios is the longevity. That's why we particularly use Sony and Kenwood and Pioneer, but right now they're on national back order for months, so right now this is the only option we have available with Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. We actually put a new USB down here for the customer so that way they could plug in their phone to this directly and have Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. That's the main reason why they wanted to change this out, is because they did not have that option available.